Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. So today I'm going to be talking about BlockFi and more specifically their interest account. So this is how you can earn interest on cryptocurrencies. So it works very much like a high interest bank account, but instead of investing pounds or dollars or euros or whatever your currency is, you can place your crypto with them. In the case of BlockFi, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum or Litecoin. They also now cover a couple of stable coins as well, and you can earn interest on those coins that you deposit with them. Before we start, obviously this is not financial advice. I'm not recommending BlockFi. I'm not saying that you should do this with your money. Obviously, when it comes to cryptocurrency, the old adage, not your keys, not your coins, obviously applies. If you are sending your coins to a third party, there is always risk, whether that's an exchange or decentralized finance company like kind of BlockFi. So there is always risk, but I want to give you my opinion on BlockFi. This isn't a paid review or anything like that. It's a company I've been doing a bit of research on probably for about 6 months. I'd heard about them before, but I suppose they really kind of came back onto my radar because they've been advertising pretty heavily on Brave browser. And if you aren't using the Brave browser, please sign up. It's a fantastic browser. There's a link in the description below. There'll also be links to everything I talk about here, so there'll be links to BlockFi and stuff like that. In full transparency, the BlockFi link below, as well as kind of Brave and stuff like that, they're referral links. It doesn't cost you anything, but if you do happen to be interested in kind of BlockFi and you want to sign up, if you use my link, I think you get a small referral fee, so that would be fantastic. So BlockFi came onto the radar, I don't know, maybe 9 months ago, something like that, and then they started advertising quite heavily on the Brave browser. So if you've been using the Brave browser, no doubt you'd have seen the BlockFi pop-up ads, and it was something that was quite interesting, but I was a little bit skeptical about sending my crypto away to a third party. Now there was a very interesting video about this. Is actually a couple of days ago, or might have even been last night. Risk management. I'll link to this below. So if you are worried about sending your crypto away to kind of BlockFi, there was a very interesting live stream. When was it? January 9th. So it was yesterday evening, about their risk management overview. So it talks about all their kind of different policies, what they do, what they don't do, and it's a discussion between the CEO and their chief risk officer. So before investing, obviously always do your due diligence, but it's very interesting a live stream, so well worth seeing if you were interested in the product. They do have a YouTube channel, so if you're interested, possibly subscribe to that as well. But BlockFi basically do a few different products. So they have an interest account. They also offer loans. So if you want a loan and you have crypto, so say you have a lot of crypto but you don't have a lot of fiat currency, you want to get a fiat loan, you can secure that against kind of crypto. So you can secure that against your kind of crypto. And if you're looking for sort of like a specific or a bit of an ad hoc loan, well worth getting in contact with them, because as they were talking about on the live stream last night, depending on your kind of history and what kind of collateral you've got, there might be quite favorable kind of terms. But anyway, they have an interest account. They offer crypto loans. They also offer a zero fee trading. This is quite a new thing for them. I think this came out a few weeks ago. They also offer services to institutions as well. So that's the basis of what they do. But what you'll be interested in is what kind of percentage you can earn. And as you can see here, earn up to 8.6% on your crypto. So it must be said that the 8.6% is purely for stable coins. So if we go to learn, you can see the current rates, and that is Bitcoin. So it's tiered. So if you only put in a small or relatively small amount in, 6.2% you get for Bitcoin, you get 3.8 for Litecoin. Litecoin only became available a couple of days ago. Ethereum, the first tier, 4.1%. Now, if you have a lot of Bitcoin or a lot of Ethereum, anything over 10 Bitcoin, you get 2.2%. Anything over 1,000 Ethereum, you get 0.5%. Now, I believe that's just the amounts over 10. So you'll get 6.2% on the first 10 and then 2.2 over and above that. I have reached out to them for an answer on that, and hopefully they'll get back to me pretty soon. 8.6% for USDC and also GUSD, that's the Gemini US dollar. And that ties in quite nicely. So basically their largest custodian is Gemini. So when you send your Bitcoin to BlockFi, you're not actually sending it to BlockFi, you're actually sending it to Gemini. So Gemini are the company, or the main company behind it, who are storing your kind of crypto safely. And then withdrawal limits. Now, when I first looked at this, I thought these are pretty high fees to withdraw. So I was thinking that's a good, amount of your sort of like monthly kind of interest, depending on how much Bitcoin you deposit or how much Ethereum you deposit. But it must be said that you get one free withdrawal each month. So that's really nice. If we scroll down to the bottom here, you can see I forget where it is now. Here we go. So all BIA clients are entitled to one free withdrawal per month. So unless you're putting money in and out a lot, and this isn't the kind of platform where you really should be doing that. So if you're kind of depositing money and then taking it out to trade and then putting it kind of back in, that's not really what it's designed for. What they are looking for is largely small individual kind of accounts. That's where you get a lot higher interest rates on smaller amounts than larger amounts. So they're not really interested in institutions kind of investing huge amounts with them. But the nice thing is that, yeah, if you're only taking one withdrawal a month, and most people will be taking maybe a lot less than that, I would have thought maybe once every 6 months, once every year, you're getting those for free, and it's only additional withdrawals that you pay these, I think, quite substantial kind of fees for. So what I'm going to do now is jump into my account, and I will show you my figures for the last month or so. So here we go. So this is my account summary. If I scroll down, you'll see this is the first deposit. So I deposited 1 Bitcoin on November the 18th. Now, my plan then was to put 1 Bitcoin in each of the different kind of platforms. So there's other platforms that you might be aware of. Crypto.com, they have a crypto earn. One of the things I like about BlockFi is that there's no time period. So you can put your Bitcoin in, if something happened like next week or something like that, I could take it straight back out and I'll just earn interest on that amount. It's a fixed amount no matter how long you deposit for. With stuff like kind of crypto.com and there's others, there's like CredEarn and a few others, and what I'm going to be doing is going through and talking through these in future videos. But for example, crypto.com, if you have 500 MCO, so that's their Monaco token, it used to be called Monaco, crypto.com, you get these rates. But if you have 50 or less, you can see the rates go down, and you have to tie up your cryptocurrencies. So depending on the coin, up to 6% if you tie them for 3 months. If you tie them for a month, up to 4%. But the flexible terms, which are, I suppose, comparable to kind of BlockFi, up to 2% annual rates. So very different kind of amount. So stable coins up to kind of 6%. So I think the BlockFi figures are really quite competitive within the industry. I think they're probably at the higher end of what I've seen. They're comparable to the sort of 3-month figures for crypto.com, but without that time period. So anyway, let's go back to my account. So you can see I deposited 1 Bitcoin November the 18th. So I got a partial payout. So this was like 12 days. So I got 0.00197256. On the 30th of November, and then at the end of December I got 0.0051. So this is more reflective of what we'll be getting on a monthly kind of basis. And then at the beginning of January I put 20 Ethereum in. So I am waiting to kind of stake Ethereum. So it's a project that I hold some Ethereum. I hold enough to probably stake when the staking eventually arrives. But I thought in the meantime, better to be earning a small amount of interest than just sat there. And you do obviously earn a little bit less with Ethereum. You can see here 4.1% rather than 6.2. But I still thought well worth holding it there. And then yesterday I put another 2 Bitcoin in. So I'm going to hold 3. I think I'll probably stay at 3 Bitcoin. Might go up to kind of 5. But I'd like to put at least 1 Bitcoin into these different kind of platforms. So I'm probably going to put Bitcoin into crypto.com, earn, and any other kind of platforms. If there's other platforms you want me to kind of review, let me know, and I'll do those kind of review videos going forward throughout the year. So you can see here, this is the total current balance in dollars. That's the total interest paid in dollars. So that's just those 2 amounts. So we had 12 days for November and then a full month for December. But that was based on just 1 Bitcoin. The other nice thing about BlockFi is the fact that it compounds up. So you get monthly interest and that interest compounds up. I put together this spreadsheet a couple of days ago. So I worked it out roughly in terms of yearly amounts. So this is initial deposit of Bitcoin. So I just put a token amount. You can change this to whatever you want. So that's 1 Bitcoin. Interest rate is 6.2%. And then I worked out roughly how many years it would be until we doubled our Bitcoin. So in this case, it would be 12 years, somewhere between 11 and 12 years. We reached that 2 Bitcoin. So we've doubled our original amount. But the nice thing about BlockFi is that they actually pay interest monthly and it compounds monthly. So your interest from January goes onto your kind of balance. So then in February, instead of just earning interest on one Bitcoin, you're actually earning interest on 1.0051666667. So that actually means that you actually reach that doubling kind of point a bit sooner. So if we scroll down till we get to 2 Bitcoins, you can see here we actually reach this. So this is 10 years and 3 months. So we've reached it by the end of March 2031. So you are talking literally just a fraction over 10 years in order to double your amount. With Ethereum, sorry, that should say Ethereum rather than Bitcoin there, 4.1%. It takes substantially longer. So I've put 10 down as our initial amount there. If we scroll all the way down, you can see here we're December 2036 before we actually double our money. So that's what appears on the outset to be a relatively small difference, just a couple of % difference in interest rates, but it makes a huge amount of difference, particularly as you go forward. In the 30-year, I put the figures here for 30 years. If you were to hold your crypto for 30 years, 1 Bitcoin would have turned into just under 6.4 Bitcoin in 30 years time. Now obviously there's no guarantee that BlockFi will be around in 30 years time. There's no guarantee you'll be getting the same amount of interest or anything like that. So let's just jump back, but that's my overall kind of opinion. It's a really nice kind of platform. I really like the fact that there's a website, crypto.com, which I also use. So I bought originally into crypto.com. I bought some tokens to get one of their cards about 18 months ago, and the cards still aren't available, unfortunately, here in the UK. But I have been staking the MCO that I had in that over the last I suppose 6 months, so I'll do a follow-up video on that. I probably will put a Bitcoin into crypto.com just to see how it kind of compares. But what I don't like about crypto.com is that it's all app based. I do like a nice desktop website or desktop kind of app rather than just purely having to do stuff on my mobile phone. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you have questions, please let me know in the comments below. It's always nice to hear from you. Let me know if what your experience has been like with kind of BlockFi, positive or negative, particularly if you've contacted them, contact their help desk or anything like that with kind of questions. It would be interesting to know how you rated their support, and also if you've actually had loans to them. So it's not something I've done, but I know of few people that have crypto kind of backed loans, and not just with BlockFi but through different companies. So always interesting to hear your feedback on that as well. But anyway, that's my kind of opinions, sort of 2 months in, so it's quite early stages, but so far I'm very happy with it. What I like about BlockFi in particular is the decent interest rates, the fact that you're not tied into a period. You get one free withdrawal each kind of month, which is great. So if you want to kind of take it all out, you can do. And I also like the fact that it compounds on a monthly kind of basis, which means you're earning more. With some like kind of crypto.com, for example, my 50 MCO, which I had for this card, are locked in, but they don't compound up over sort of a 3-month period or 6-month period that they're locked for. You just earn your interest on that 50, and then at the end of it, you can then take that and maybe kind of like reinvest more in a new loan, but it's locked up for a little bit more and it doesn't compound monthly. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. As always, as I said, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you are interested, I will put my referral link below. It doesn't cost you anything or anything like that, but I think I get some bonus. So let's click here. So I will earn some crypto. It doesn't say what it is, but I'll earn if you actually sign up through my link. So if you are interested, obviously do your own research, but if you use my link, that would be fantastic. Anyway, have a great day, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.